We're live. Is this working, guys? Can you hear us? Are you guys in here? They might be in the other live chat. Ah!
There are two different things happening? No.
Hang on. Oh, here's one person. 8 people. Okay.
Hello?
Can we see you guys? Okay. Yay! Oh, yay! We're on.
Awesome.
Okay. We had to resort to our phone.
Yeah, we were in our camp spot and it was working quite well to stream videos, but live just takes a whole nother level of bandwidth.
Yeah, but luckily it's working on our phone.
Yeah.
We're good. How are you, Clarinda? Wow, you guys.
Wow, 42 people.
That's incredible.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, hi, Carissa and your 11-year-old daughter. That's
Yeah.
incredible. You guys watch our stories.
Hey,
Hi,
Mario.
George. Hello from Bend. We love Bend. Yes, Mario and Stephanie and Allison and Mom. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, wow, there's so many,
oh my goodness.
so many things rolling in.
Hello from Colombia and Russia.
Van life is great today. Hi,
Yeah.
Lorio.
Van life is great. We were enjoying this really beautiful camp spot that we wanted so desperately to share with you guys because we loved it so much. But
hey, Tori.
But we couldn't get the video to load. And Tori, we want to thank you for being our first $20 patron.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, that blew our minds. We were on the trail earlier this week and we got a little notification about that and it just made our day.
Yeah.
So
Hi from Las Vegas. Hi, Minnesota. Hey, upstate New York.
San Diego.
Yeah, we love San Diego. Hey, Allison.
We will be back. We'll be back in San Diego. Don't you worry.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Here,
from Argentina.
I'm gonna come sit on the couch with you now that we've relocated.
We're on the side of a road, so don't worry. There's no traffic.
Hi from Phoenix. I'm gonna open our slider door here. And we will come back to San Diego for a meetup, I promise. Here.
We have a storage unit in San Diego, so that's kind of base camp at the moment when we need to restock on our adventure gear.
So this is our view right now, and we're gonna sit on the couch and enjoy this opportunity to chat with you all. Hi from London and Colorado.
I was just telling Brittany how much I could go for a pasty from the UK, from Cornwall. So, hey to you guys in the UK. We left our van actually on the 15th of August last year, the Howlin' Yowler.
This time last year, we were leaving our European van behind. So a sad day, but also a beautiful day because it led us to this new chapter.
Yeah. Hey from Iowa.
Indiana, North Carolina.
Alabama.
I didn't know that's where you were, Steph. Wow, that's incredible. Oh, you were in Cornwall. We love Cornwall.
We were talking how nice the 30-year heat wave was last year.
And the Philippines, incredible. And I was born in Florida, Emily.
Yeah, we both met at the University of Florida in Gainesville.
Yeah. And we know that you guys had some questions for us. I can pull them up. Hi from Sweden. Oh, Britt. I remember you were writing us. Oh, that's amazing. Alabama. I hope we get to come back to Ireland. We were there for 3 weeks, and I know we didn't get to see everything. There's so much more to see everywhere we go.
The castle in Blarney, the Rock of Cashel, Giant's Causeway, the Cliffs of Moher.
Mario, now you can ask us all the embarrassing things. Yes. Oh, Milton Keynes. That's where we met the Rolling Home for the first time. So glad you're here too, Britt, and everyone.
Hey, from Scotland.
And Romania, that would be amazing. We have big plans to see all the places eventually.
So we're going to start answering a couple questions. Looks like we have, wow, 77 people in here. So thank you guys, everybody, for joining.
Yeah, and thank you for your patience. We had a hard time setting up right in the beginning, and thanks for joining us on this wild ride, relocating with us and everything. That's dedication.
Yeah, we left a bunch of our gear, our paddleboard, bicycles back at the camp spot we were at. We usually boondock and
So
wild
sweet
camp,
stuff.
but we found this incredible camping spot here in Wyoming.
Register your name. I don't know what that means.
I think that's where we verify through ID our name for our YouTube account, so we get the little
Oh,
check
the little
mark. So
blue
thank you for
check.
saying that. We need to do that.
Okay, yeah, and we're learning how to grow this channel, and so we really appreciate you guys encouraging us, and your comments mean the world to us. I mean, I'm the main editor, Drew's the main filmer, I guess, yeah. And once we upgrade Drew's computer, he'll be able to edit videos too.
Yeah, I used to do editing on all our old stuff, and then Brittany took over for the last about 2 years, so.
Yeah, so it's a lot of work, and I really get a lot of motivation from you guys, from you guys just really uplifting us, your comments and likes, and even those of you who will back us up. Some people will write comments and you guys come to our rescue, and it's just the sweetest, cutest thing. Hi, Sharon Gypsy Dove. All right, so Drew's going to read one of the questions that someone left on our Instagram that we posted yesterday. Oh, wait, but let's answer some of these. How long have we had our channel? Since 2013?
Yeah, we started Mr. and Mrs. Adventure as a kind of email list and vlog. Brittany wrote weekly vlogs for 2 years every week.
Yeah.
That was really before streaming and Wi-Fi was super strong, and that was just the best way to get your brand or what you were doing off of Facebook and share it with family and friends from around the country.
But as far as our YouTube channel, we didn't really know what we were doing when we started sharing. We would share random clips, and now that we've learned how to vlog and share our lives in a story form, it's really just been a lot more interesting for us to kind of see where it's going, and it's a lot more interesting to be able to share different chapters of life with you guys every week.
Yeah, we've always enjoyed collecting and shooting video, but it's been so fun to put it into episodes for all of you to enjoy, and we love going back every couple months and rewatching all of our old episodes, so hit super
I'm trying to see all of your messages. Where do they go? Where can I see them?
Hit the button right there.
Super chat. All ones are. Oh, there. Okay. When are y'all getting stickers? We have stickers. They're available only right now to our patrons. So if you visit our Patreon page, we have a link on the About section of our YouTube. And our level 3 patrons, we send a thank you card and stickers to. And you get the Mighty Stoke that flies across our screen in a sticker form. Let's see.
I don't have a current one, but.
Hi, Finland. And hang on, where do all of these go? Oh, here you go. Okay. Oh, you rewatch our episodes. That's really sweet, Tori. Thank you for loving our videos.
Carissa, we thought we'd make it to Alaska actually this year, but between building the van in Florida and San Diego, it took a lot longer. And we just thought we'd travel a little bit slower, so I think next summer. So stay tuned for that.
Myra, we've been living in our van. Well, this is our 5th van, but our first van we moved into in 2015. So since 2015, we've only lived in things with wheels. Good morning, Texas.
Yeah. Hey, Rick.
Hi, Jerry. Glad you're in this room now. Don't worry. We were trying to get settled with the Wi-Fi and everything.
Yeah, thanks for everybody for sticking around with our little bit of confusion there in the get-go.
And thank you, Joel, for encouraging us to keep producing and the good content and all of the love here. And you want to know what our favorite baseball teams are? Drew and I are not the biggest on keeping up with sports, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I'm a huge hockey fan. I grew up playing ice hockey in Michigan, and um, yeah, my favorite hockey team is the
Wait.
Red Wings, so I guess I'd say Detroit Tigers for baseball.
And I just took a giant sip of Drew's coffee. This is not my drink. I'm drinking matcha green tea right now. Definitely doesn't taste like Drew's cream and sugar coffee.
Yeah, I love my coffee in the morning. I've been hand grinding it lately.
And Amy Merca. Amy was the nurse who took care of me when I was a baby.
Oh, hey, Amy.
Amy, that's amazing. Right
Yeah.
now we are in Wyoming.
Yeah.
We're actually about 15 minutes away from the trailhead where we finished that 40-mile hike that we did in 4 days.
Yeah, stay tuned to this upcoming Adventure Thursday, and you'll learn all about that crazy hike we went on. It was absolutely breathtaking.
We have over 300 clips and a lot of awesomeness to edit into a video for you, but I literally was so exhausted after that hike that I couldn't fathom editing together a video right after coming off of my feet. But right now we're at Lake Fremont.
Yep.
And it's really beautiful.
Yeah. We're about an hour and
Aw.
a half southeast of Jackson Hole, Wyoming. We got a couple Michiganders in here. Hey, what's up from Michigan?
Graham Laurie, thank you. What a sweet message.
The UP. I was born actually in Flint, so yeah, I fly back to Michigan and Detroit about 4 times a year to manage the business I run remotely.
And where to next? We have tickets to Burning Man, so actually
we're headed to Nevada next.
Yep.
The beginning of next week.
We're debating whether or not we want to stop in the Tetons if our legs are recovered in time for a couple more hikes. So we'll see if we get to squeeze in some of the Tetons before Burning Man.
Ola from Spain, from España.
Jerry, are you still planning a shindig campout gathering, and do you have PayPal? Yes. A shindig campout gathering sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would love to offer a trip where you guys can join us somehow. We're thinking of teaming up with Trova Trip, so be on the lookout. You guys will always know whenever we're planning some sort of event and gathering. And we do have a PayPal. It's just Mr. and Mrs. Adventure at gmail.com.
Thank you for supporting us. If you do send anything, we really appreciate that. That helps us upgrade our camera equipment and keep us on the road and sharing our adventures. So that means a lot for you to ask and say that, Jerry.
It does. I think we also need a new mic or something like that.
Yeah, we've been having some issues with the wind kind of ruffling the mic in some of our past videos, and a couple people point out kind of our editing on the bass that really made their subwoofers go crazy. So we're going to try to prevent that from happening in the future with getting a directional mic.
And maybe if I got better headphones, because I wear these little earbuds so I can't hear all the bass and stuff that you guys can when I'm editing. Do we have a cookbook? No, but that's a great idea. We've been thinking of that, and we are gonna try our 30-day vegan challenge. Not sure exactly when. We thought of maybe starting that when we go to Burning Man, but I don't know if you guys know, but I've been in recovery from anorexia for 11 years, and I've actually never shared that, but for some reason, having you all live, I feel very supported and like I can share that with you. So being vegan, I did that for 8 months, but I have to be very intentional that I'm not feeling very restricted, or that I'm not cutting things out of my diet for any reason other than for the love of animals and exploring maybe the health benefits of not choosing animal products. So having a cookbook, yes, not sure yet if it would be vegan or just a balance, or one of you all called our form of diet and eating reducetarian, where we choose less meat, which actually empowers more people to choose plant-based but not going fully vegan, you know, so you don't have this pressure of being fully vegan, but you're encouraged to choose maybe plant-based more, if that makes sense. So yeah, cookbook coming soon. Jackson Hole, we love it too. Okay, Sam Peters asks, van life, overlanding, full-time RV. Do all of these communities intermingle on the road or mostly stay within their respective communities?
I would
That's a
definitely
great
say that
question.
people intermingle. I kind of think anybody who travels full time or part time, whether it's a motorhome, an RV, a four-wheel drive vehicle, or a van, just people are happy to share their love of travel and experiencing new things on the road.
Actually, some of our best friends live in an RV. They're in,
Yeah,
we were talking with them yesterday. They're an older couple. They're pioneer hot air balloonists.
yeah,
We're going to the Albuquerque Hot Air Balloon Festival in October. So you all will get to experience that with us.
yeah.
But they travel in their RV and they have their hot air balloon basket on the back of their RV. They're like the best people. So yeah, they're,
We originally met them on the road, so I guess, yes, we intermingled with RVers on the road. They were in
yeah,
Zion National Park hiking the Narrows, and we happened to ride the tram next to them on the way
yeah.
back to our vehicles in the parking lot. And so, Gary and Laura, if you guys happen to be in here, we absolutely
We
can't wait
love
to meet up
you.
again and just love you as our adopted parents.
Get some of that lavender ice cream with hot fudge on it.
Yeah.
St. Louis. I've never been to St. Louis, have I? I don't think I have.
No.
Not yet.
My best friend went to school at SLU, so
Valentine, greetings from Germany. Goodness, we miss Europe every day.
hey,
We
from
love America. Don't you get that
yeah.
confused either, but we miss our second home.
Wait,
Oh, someone donated $15. That's
that's
amazing.
huge.
How do I see that?
Sean,
Sean the Brit.
yeah.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
We will definitely keep
Wow, you
the great
guys,
content up.
that's
Yeah,
incredible.
so we should just mention we have chat on, and so if you do feel like sponsoring or just donating to our adventures, it means the world to us, and we
Learning
can't
how this
thank you
works.
enough.
Learning how this works. One of the things I actually really like about you guys is that you're normal. You don't have weird quirks, or so you think. Or one thing that attracts people to your channel. Oh, thank you. That's sort of what I wrote on the community
That
page
means a lot, these
um,
comments like
a
this.
couple weeks ago. And that, yeah, thank you. Uh, your YouTube
Well,
channel is the only one we watch weekly. We aren't RVers, but considering a Class C. Well,
wow.
we're honored that you tune in to us every week. And a Class C, which one is this?
I'm trying to think. Class C is the smaller motorhomes. Our van would be a Class C?
Uh,
You might have to fill us in or we're gonna have to do our research. I can't remember. I know A's are the huge ones. C's, I think, are this or the van. Sorry for not
we're
knowing the
learning, we're
facts on that
learning.
one.
Um, where are we now? Chris Short, we were just filling everyone in. We are on Lake Fremont in Wyoming. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. We've been using our paddleboard every day, getting out on the water, and Brittany loves to go down to the water first thing in the morning when it's just so calm and go for a morning dip. So I joined her today for the first time. She encouraged
I was proud of
Mr.
him.
Adventure to jump in that cold, frigid water. Actually, the water is probably about 75 degrees.
A recipe for my morning tonic. Really, you don't really need much of a recipe. It's a lemon slice. I squeeze it, some slices of fresh ginger, 2 or 3 or 1 or none if I don't have any fresh ginger, a splash of apple cider vinegar, and warm water. And I drink that like a big mug like this every morning, first thing I do. And right now, this is just matcha green tea.
Yeah.
Um,
I just want to say it's amazing that there's over 100 people in this chat right now. So we're so thrilled to have all of you joining in.
Yeah, we were like, maybe it's just
Yeah.
gonna be our moms and some of
Yeah.
our long
Friends.
time,
So, especially
really
on a weekday, thanks for taking
dedicated.
the time on a Thursday to join us. We know we wanted to do it consistent with our Adventure Thursdays, and even though a weekend perhaps might have been better for people's schedules, so we're
Yeah,
we're over the top that there's over 100 people in
this
here.
is wild. Also, I had like huge anxiety about not producing a video for you guys, but this was a whole new level of showing up for you. So
Yeah.
Thank you for being here for us. And okay, over cab bed, St. Peter's, that's the Class C.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
I think that's like one of the best things in terms of space and storage to be able to utilize that room. That's why in our build and layout, I took out the headliner and built kind of what we have. I'm gonna show them really quick.
You have to keep your finger on
Up top in this area. It's a little bit of a mess, I will admit, but it allows us to store a whole lot of things up there. Obviously, this is a van, but with a Class C, I think you'd really be happy having that extra space. I've seen people actually put bicycles up there, or it's a great place for kids to sleep. Just a great design.
Yeah, it was a great place for kids to sleep. I'm like,
Yeah.
Drew's like, we can put a little cage over it. I'm like, what, we're gonna lock the kid in the
No, no,
cage?
no, no. We're talking about Class C campers right now.
I gotcha. Tobis, you're very welcome for the live video. It's a treat for us. You guys are donating things. This is
Wow.
wild.
Wow.
Okay, wait, I
Here.
don't want to miss you guys. I'm going back up. Hello from Birmingham, England. Any time in life planning for Indian subcontinent? I've been being called to India.
Yeah, I really want to spend some
Yeah.
time in India. We were fascinated and mesmerized by the cultural differences in Morocco while spending 3 months in our van there, January, February, and March of 2018. But India, I think, would just like be such a different place than American culture, and that would
Wow.
be something we both really want to experience.
Tobis, thank you so much for
Wow.
donating.
Thank
We didn't
you.
even know this was a thing that happened,
Yeah.
and I gotta go, but Ava will continue watching. Lots of love and happiness.
Thank you so much, Carissa. And
Yes.
Ava, we're stoked you're in here watching and
Ava,
continuing.
you're 11 years old and you're learning about this alternative lifestyle. That is so
Yeah.
incredible. I didn't know about van life even when we first moved into a van in 2015. The hashtag van life wasn't a thing.
Yeah, it felt like we were
Not that I knew of.
traveling around with a lot of retirees at the time, and met some great people along the way. But as the movements become stronger in terms of younger people and digital nomads living in their vans, we've seen a lot more younger people on the roads comparative to 2015.
And bonjour la France. My dad is from France, so my heart goes to all of you in France. Love from Romania.
Brittany's name,
beautiful.
Brittany, was actually inspired from the region of Bretagne, which is in northwest France.
And the ex-Pars ask what the favorite place was that we visited in Europe. You're currently in Norway. Having traveled from Spain, Norway right now is the best place to be. You get the midnight sun. We did the Kungsleden this time.
That was in Sweden, though, actually.
Oh, right.
That was just
Sweden.
before
Wait,
Narvik. We crossed over from the northern, it was way above the Arctic Circle.
But I would say our favorite place in Europe was Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal was stunning.
We considered buying land there. Timmy C checking in from San Diego.
Hey, Mr. Bachelor.
The forever bachelor.
But I hear you've been seeing somebody lately, so we're super excited for you.
Yeah. You two must have pictures of you aging somewhere because I've seen your videos and still photos and you look the same. Well, thank you very much.
We like to fool everybody and still think we look like we're in our 20s when we're actually, I just turned 32.
And I just turned 31. But, oh, someone asked how tall Drew was. Drew?
Any guesses?
Drew is 6'1".
No, I'm not 6'1".
Drew 6
I'm
feet.
6 feet when I wake up in the morning. I think I shriek to 5'11" in the evening, especially after backpacking with 40 pounds on my back.
And I am 4'10" or 11. My license says 4'10", but Drew thinks I'm 4'11".
Yeah.
I wish I could live in a van. Aw. You know, it's really special that we can share the experience of living with a van with you, and it helps us appreciate it more. And when we weren't vlogging in Europe, we actually felt quite alone. And Steph Garrett, I know on Instagram you had asked, do we ever feel lonely, or do I get, girls' night out, or does Drew get bro time? My girlfriends, I've been best friends with the same girls since first grade. There's a group of 7 of us, and every year they do an annual reunion. This year I wasn't able to make it, unfortunately. They had their reunion in San Diego just after we had left with the van. But yes, I do get an annual girls retreat, and Drew gets bro time, but more sporadically.
I get it a lot of times in activities that I do, whether mountain biking or kite surfing. Um, yeah, and different people we meet up along the road. But it's always important to have that separation of time and just probably something that we miss the most about living normal lives, quote unquote, is having community and activities that we'd participate in weekly. I used to play roller hockey in Santa Monica when we lived in Los Angeles in the city, and 2, 3 times a week. And so that was just such a nice thing to enjoy and bond with all the guys when we come together.
And Mario, I have to ask, US versus EU for vanning. The question is probably an episode long, maybe a
Oh
future
man.
video. Yeah, very, very true.
There's so many benefits in both places,
Both.
and the scenery, it's ever changing, and yeah.
If I could say, US is incredible for the ease of having the same language across the board,
Currency.
currency, also the national parks. There's nothing like the US national parks.
Yeah.
You get the little welcome center, and there's a tradition behind it all. National parks in Europe aren't the same. Like, there aren't trails when you go to the national parks, you're going to get to explore. A lot of
Yeah.
times it's just protected land.
They aren't established the same way with adventures kind of beckoning around every corner. They're just set up differently. The branding and consistency across national parks in America is unparalleled, and we really encourage anybody to get an America the Beautiful pass so they can continue and spend time in the national parks across our country.
Yeah, the America the Beautiful Pass is great for vanning in the US.
Yeah.
Although vanning in Europe, the other side of that answer is that the culture is incredible. You cross a country's border without even having to get your passport checked, and then the food changes, and the joie de vie, the pace of life. Like, we didn't feel this need to what's like create and build things. Like, it was a lot easier for us to be hippies and not vlog, because people were just enjoying life, and it wasn't this culture of work in
Yeah,
a way.
if we were in Europe right now in August, most of the countries would be shut down and people would be enjoying the outdoors, all at the beaches, time with family, picnics. Those are the priorities.
Yeah, which
Um,
was a really beautiful
yeah,
thing to witness for 2.5 years.
yeah. People are just
Um,
being present in the current moments in which they're in. Oh,
Karuna,
Karuna, that's where the Kungsleden was in northern
yeah.
Sweden. So
Is
thanks
that
for
where we
pointing that
ended?
out.
Did we end in Karuna?
Uh,
We showered at the Abisko tourist station, and there were saunas and laundry, and it was
yeah,
the best.
yeah,
Van life is defo expanding in the UK. I'm in a truck all week and a caravan at weekends. Yeah, it's
cool.
definitely expanding in the
Cool.
UK.
Check out Camp Quirky. Our friends David and Lindsay started that, and they're absolutely incredible with what they're doing with bringing hand-built camper vans and people who have just really cared and built these incredible vehicles. So check out Camp Quirky.
And Canada, we love Canada. We did a little bit of Canada when we lived in a van year 1,
Yep.
and we definitely want to be back there. Also, Lady Trucker 128, our friends Eamon and Beck are in the UK right now in their van. You probably follow them on YouTube,
Probably a
but
lot of you guys know who they are.
yeah, but you would enjoy them if not.
Yeah.
You have a 2-year-old girl cat. I'm jealous. I actually had a dream last night that we found a little black kitten. A van cat is one of the things that I dream about
This,
a lot.
if you're curious, our pet in the vehicle currently. This is our little van cat.
Nobody else has met her. This is Chloe the van cat.
Thanks, Beth.
Thanks, Mom.
Lee, Britt, you're so pretty. I think so too.
It's super sweet. Thank you. Your favorite place in Europe is Sintra.
Since
Oh, the
Portugal,
palace.
yeah, so beautiful.
Yeah, special place. Thank you, Timmy Kramer. You enjoy this day too. We'll never forget this day. This is crazy. I'm so glad the video is working.
X-Pars, yeah, you're loving Norway, missing the sun.
Must be chilly this
Yeah,
year.
we had some days that the sun definitely didn't shine, but we constantly were on the move doing hikes. How many hikes did we do over that 5 weeks we were there?
28 hikes in 5 weeks in Norway.
We were on the move and absolutely adored the scenery.
And yes, in America, our height, hair color, and eye color is listed on our driver's license.
What's your height listed as on there?
It's listed as 4'10".
4'10"?
Yeah, but you like to say I'm an inch taller. Clarenda Young, thank you. You're a cute couple. Drew and I have been together for over, actually 10 years almost.
We met in 2009.
Yeah, 10 years this July.
We had met, we were hired as marketing interns for Jansport, the backpack company, and met for the first time in person in San Francisco, and had a couple days training there, and then flew back to Florida where we got to put a marketing program together for just sharing brand awareness for the backpacks around campus. So we spent a whole semester working together and making these fun, really cool events and got to know each other really well.
Yeah, and
we tried not to seem as though we liked each other for the first bit because we were working together.
And the Howler, our European van, was named after the founder of Jansport. Yep. And he passed right before our wedding, but we let his wife choose the name for our van because he did a cross Europe van trip in the 70s.
Yeah, he was a huge inspiration for a lot of things that we've done. He spent time on a team that helps to summit Mount Everest. He just absolute legend.
Yeah. Drew's reading some of the comments on Instagram over here.
Yeah.
You want to read one of them?
So Hannah's Facebook, what were the biggest surprises when first living full-time in a van, and what were some of the things you thought would be necessary or used a lot that ended up not being utilized as much as you thought?
Okay, let's start with the first one. The biggest surprises. For me, the first 3 months of living in a van were very hard. I missed having a routine, and I missed having a yoga studio to retreat to every morning to kind of like wake myself up. But that I have grown actually loving not having a routine. I now am self-taught yoga. What was another part? Some
things that you thought would be necessary or used a lot that ended up not being utilized as much as you thought. I mean, first thing, bicycles to us are the most necessary thing. They just allow us to explore and check out places without driving the van. And so we found a lot of stealth or boondocking camping spots from cruising around on our bikes in different cities, towns, communities. And they're also a great way that we can park the van and not pay for parking if we happen to be in a major city. So that helps save money. Bicycles just allow us to enjoy the outdoors and cruise around. So we couldn't be happier with bicycles. So they're totally necessary.
One other thing that we use all the time that we absolutely love is a back roller. So it's like this foam roller that you roll your back on. It feels great and it fits in our hallway. Thank you, Steph, for letting us know that it's a good connection. Yes, it's great to know.
Finally.
And a shout out to your friend, Nick Gurr. So shout out to Nick Gurr. Heart, heart. Mario Pedro, you are singing a song that is so near and dear to my heart. Me time. Me time is so important to me. I need me time like daily. So I wake up before Drew so I can get in my me time.
Yeah, I stay up late usually so I can just have peace and quiet without having little requests asked of me, and I can have my full attention and focus on whatever task I'm doing. So I might stay up. Last night I was up till about 1:30.
Yeah, that's true. Like one thing we have to be aware of is trying to not ask each other to do things that we can either do ourselves,
And
you
that's
know?
just like a simple thing like, "Hey, can you hand me this?"
And
Or
it's like, never
"Can you
mind.
can you get the tape?" Or "Do
Yeah.
you have a cloth so I can take care of this?" Like when you were drying out the coffee beans yesterday.
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? No, you're busy doing this. I'm capable of getting that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave you alone.
Sometimes you just have to remember what it would be like if you were per se solo in the van and self-reliant. And so I think sometimes we just try to resort back on that rather than demanding more out of our other person.
There's 113
Wow.
people.
Woo woo.
This is wild.
Um,
Um,
Tobis, Mac, have you ever been river rafting? Yes, I've been in South Carolina. We've both been in Costa Rica rafting.
Canada.
In Canada on the River Rouge outside of Montreal. We met one of our
Yeah.
dear friends.
He was our river rafting guide on the River Rouge in
Yeah.
Canada, and we loved him so much.
Terry Joe Banjo.
He ended up playing the banjo at our wedding. He flew to
Yeah.
our wedding in Florida from Canada, and he played for us, and
Yeah.
he's our forever best friend.
If you go on our YouTube, it's one of the
Oh, yeah.
oldest songs or oldest videos on our YouTube account. It's called The Ballad of Mr. and Mrs. Adventure. And
Oh,
it's
it was the
his song that
best.
he hand wrote at our wedding for us and played in front of all of our friends and family and serenaded us. So special.
And if we can tell you why we fell in love with him, it's because as we were rafting down the River Rouge, he stuck a harmonica in his mouth and played like these good old American songs
Yeah.
as we're bombing down these rapids. And yeah, so
Yeah.
he's a good time.
His nickname on the river is the Turtle.
Okay, I'm just going to continue reading a few of these. Your baby sister is 4'11" and her husband's 6'5". There's something about feeling protected and safe with the tall guys and the little women sometimes.
Hmm.
Aw, and your Sharon Gypsy Dove, another tiny one with a tall one.
Yeah, it's actually ironic that I'm so tall. My dad is 5'8" and my mom's 5'3". Brittany's parents are, your dad's about 5'6", and your
Yeah,
mom's about 5'2", 5'3", I think.
I d-
Correct me on that, Beth, if I'm off.
for some reason I got shaved off a few inches.
Yeah.
And Britt Marie Rhodes, you want to travel a van both in the US and Europe. Fuel is more expensive in Europe, though. That's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Norway, it was about 6.20
A
US a
gallon.
gallon because it's sold by the liter and it's 3.78 liters to a gallon. So with the currency and using the krone, that's what it came out to be. Morocco was a lot similar to the US. It was about 3.20 or so. I know depending on where you're at in the US, it could be plus or minus that.
Curious to know why I see most of the European van builds a wall behind the front seat, and in the US we don't.
What do you think that is? I actually think it has a lot to do with safety and theft in vehicles.
Yeah,
I think in urban places in the UK, there's perhaps more potential for break-ins, and by having a barrier from the front to the back, it prevents anybody to get into the more valuable things in the
yeah,
back of
this
the
the
van.
pocket door.
For us, with the curtain, it worked out. We always close it no matter where we're at,
We love
when
having
leaving the van.
a swivel seat, and so
Yeah,
having the pocket door with the wall behind the driver and passenger seat, you can't have a swivel.
yeah.
If you look up indie projects, there's some of our dear friends
Mhm.
too that live in the
B
UK.
and Theo,
Yeah, they did a van
they
build.
just did a Sprinter van.
Yep, and they built a solid wall behind it because they had their van broken into in
Yeah.
Spain. And actually, Drew and I avoided Spain because I had a weird feeling in my gut about going into the cities there, and I didn't want to do it. We had been so blessed throughout our 2.5 years in Europe, no scares, no nothings. I just had this feeling about Spain kind of because of their story of being broken into and having everything taken. It broke our hearts.
Yeah, for us, it would have been really hard with insurance or recouping items. We couldn't have got them
Yeah.
delivered easily. So we were really cautious about that. We also had a big padlock on the inside of our back door on the Howland Yowler, as well as another latch that was on the inside of the slider.
Like
Um,
secret.
Yeah, and
added
to be clear, we
security.
don't want to knock Spain or anything in
Yeah.
terms of like dangerous places to go because it's absolutely a beautiful country. I went backpacking there as my first international trip when I was 18
And
and loved it.
we did go to Tarifa, Spain
Yeah,
too.
Tarifa is an excellent place, especially for kite surfing.
Yeah. We actually met Woody Harrelson in Tarifa, Spain, and we're gonna go visit him in Hawaii. Can we say that?
Yeah, I think we can go say
Yeah,
that.
we
But
might explore a van over there. So, yeah, this is
a
exclusive just for
temporary
you
thing.
guys who are here with us in the live. Yeah, we don't know what that's going to lead to or if he'll even be there. He might be shooting things. It's hard to follow his schedule, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
shooting movies,
Yes, to be clear.
not animals.
He's also vegan, so
Yeah.
he wouldn't be shooting anything other than
Um,
movies.
uh,
Okay.
Marilyn, it'd be nice if you can make videos on budgeting and while living in a van. Yeah, I think that's a good thing that we're going to touch
Yeah.
on in the future. On our YouTube, a future video to come will be us explaining the cost of the build for our van. We've had a lot of questions around that, and we want to talk about budgeting and how much it costs us in general to live in our van and be on the road. I'll just touch on that briefly.
Oops.
We don't pay rent, we don't have utilities, no TV or cable bill, so that really reduces our monthly expenses. We try to stretch our dollars and make them get the most value and bang for the buck. We don't go out for drinks or out for meals. We try to go out once a week just to experience the villages or culture or have a date night or meet up with friends.
Because just as easy as it is for maybe those of you who live in a home to kind of get in your own routine, it's also easy for us just to kind of be in our van and
Yeah,
like
especially in these
cozy
beautiful
up.
places, it's really easy just
Yeah.
to relax and want to enjoy the outdoors from our van.
But then you miss out on like the amazing whatever the
Yeah,
dishes of, you know,
yeah,
Jackson or I don't know what. I remember
yeah.
one of the best carrot cakes of my life. It also was eaten
It was on the Route 66
was on Route
in
66
Kingman
the night after having hiked down into the Grand Canyon, slept in the Grand Canyon and
at
hiked back
Phantom
out.
Ranch.
Yeah, we hiked back out. So, super hungry. All the food tastes even better. But this carrot cake came in a giant tub. They carried out like a Tupperware size bin and got this knife and cut out like a giant cube of carrot cake. And it was the moistest, most amazing
Yeah.
thing ever.
Stephanie, you ask a really good question. Have you ever had that heart-sinking tap 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 on your window in the middle of the night when you're trying to be stealthy?
Well said.
So keep in mind, we've lived and been on the road. This is our 5th year, and honestly, less than both hands can I count that that's ever happened. Really, maybe in one hand. First week of van life, actually in Key West, we parked on somewhat a busy road, and the police woke us up and asked us both for IDs and told us we couldn't sleep there and
It
that we had to move.
it was the road that was along the beach. So
Yeah, on the south side of the
yeah,
island.
you could park there, but you couldn't sleep in your vehicle there.
Yeah,
So
that was illegal.
we just shimmied into the neighborhood.
So yes, we never like getting that tap. Also in Montenegro, we were parked outside a small national park in the countryside, and a guy came up at about 4:30 in the morning and knocked on our window. First of all, in a van, you never ever open the slider door when you don't know who it is. So I rolled down the window. We didn't have power windows, so I manually rolled it down.
Just this much.
And he looked at me and said that I had to pay him to stay parked there. I think he was just trying to get some money out of us. And I said, no, thank you. And I moved to another spot.
And I
Yeah.
think in Europe that was the only time.
Yeah. Croatia, we had a funny story.
Oh, right. Well, to make a long story short,
The police knocked on our door in Rab Island and wanted us to move, but we actually never answered. So
yes, we just decided don't move. If you don't move and you don't answer, they don't know that you're in here because it was
yeah.
at midnight.
We were parked right outside a hotel, so they didn't necessarily know if we were in the hotel sleeping and had just parked the vehicle there. So depends on the situation. We like to call that the in-between.
And Croatia, actually, wild camping is illegal, and we heard that fines could be 1,000-ish plus.
Pounds or euros, sorry.
Yeah, so that was why we were like, just don't answer. And the next morning we woke up super early and went for a run so that we could kind of escape from the van. And then it looked like we were arriving to the van for the first time later that morning when we were done with our run. Andrea Goodhart. I've only just discovered you, and I just can't get enough of your videos. That's really sweet and encouraging and blows our minds. You just bought a little camper van a month ago and have already been away in it twice. You're planning another trip soon. Isn't that wonderful? Little escapes, and you get to kind of explore your own world on your own terms.
Yeah. We really encourage people that if they're interested in van life or living in an RV, to go rent one on a vacation and just test it out for some time before jumping and committing fully.
I'm giggling because of Stephanie writing flat cat.
Here's the flat cat.
Flat cat. Lovely mug to drink.
Meow.
Thank you. This was a gift from our friends. If I can put links in the video description like I can on all our other videos, I'll link through to these guys, but they're nice. They warm the hands.
Britt Marie, yes, Camp Corky is getting larger and larger. We had heard last year there were, I think, 2,000 attendees, so we went to it in 2017 and had a wonderful time. We keep in touch with David and Lindsay.
They're actually, David and Lindsay are some of our closest friends, and they helped us kind of modify the Howlin' Yowler, our European van.
Let us use their workshop, which was a godsend at the time.
They gave us our spice rack.
We took out the loo so that we could hang our bicycles vertical in the kitchen in the rear of it. Chloe, hey, Todd.
Chloe is your mom's name. Tori, that's so special. Mario Kitty. Chloe the van cat. Hi, Todd. I know you. I remember you, Todd.
Yeah.
From Indiana.
Hey, in Ireland, Aaron.
Ireland, honestly, the most quickly warm-hearted people, like just so ready to welcome us and make us feel at home in their country.
Yeah. We really recommend, if you're considering wanting an international trip from the US and never been overseas, that Ireland is the perfect place to get your feet wet and just not feel totally out of your comfort zone in terms of language. And just feel like there's a whole lot of adventure and stuff to do there. The Winding Way Road.
No, the Wild Atlantic Way.
I think that was the road.
The Wild Atlantic Way.
Yeah.
Those are Irish friends. Is that it, right? The Wild Atlantic Way.
We absolutely adore
there's so many
Killarney National Park. Let's stay down to the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, do we always plan to do van life? That's a great question.
Thanks, Ed. Keep up the great job.
Thank you. Wild Atlantic Way. Okay, that was a beautiful thing to explore in our van. Also hiking the cliffs of Moher, Giant's Causeway. I mean, goodness. Every single country, there's so much to say about. I don't want to skip anyone, though. Drew wants me to go down to the very bottom, but...
Sweep through. I'm going to read another question.
Petite Chicas, any plans for children? Amy Bryson, that's a great question. In 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, we talk about it often.
God willing.
We're not ready for it quite yet. We absolutely adore children.
I also love the idea of adopting. For some reason, adopting a child from India has been placed on my heart. We'll see where that goes, but also creating our own little one seems like that would be really special, like something that you only experience,
Alec, Lago di Garda in Italy, northern Italy.
From Croatia.
Yeah, we absolutely loved it.
Windsurfing.
Dimitri at Campione was an awesome guy. I'm still so fascinated how the wind blows from the south, I believe, in the morning and north in the afternoon. And it's just like launching one kite after another, just like how planes would get launched off a ship in the morning, a naval ship.
So Alex Fouche, be sure to go to Kite Campione if you haven't already. And also we had dinner for Drew's 29th or I think it was 28th birthday in Garda.
Yeah.
like in the town at the very end. Hi from Scotland.
And I do kite surf, so just to answer specifically
Oh,
what I
yeah.
do. I kite surf, and we have an inflatable SUP paddleboard with us from a company called Hydrus.
And Britt, ever thought about sharing secrets to your relationship, joy, energy, and love? Like what we do to keep it that way? Oh, gosh.
We definitely have our moments, but we are committed to communicating and learning more about each other and how we can be there for one another. And
We read books
yeah,
about it. Like,
we're always open to working on ourselves, because I think the moment you shut yourself off from trying to make yourself a better person for your partner, that's when things just go south.
and also I think faith for us has a lot to do with it. Like, we
Yeah.
never want to push our beliefs on anyone, but we're more than happy to be completely open and share how we live our lives with you. And so we are Christians and we pray, and I pray for Drew's prayers to be heard and answered. And I think Drew prays for me to, like, you know, maybe have less anxiety in moments when I can approach a situation more gently with him, or I pray for him to be a bit more understanding and gentle with me when there's maybe something that, as a guy, he doesn't get hurts my feelings. So it's like communicating.
I pray
Yeah.
for Brittany to have patience with me when I don't listen.
That's all it takes. That's it.
Uh,
No.
which tends to be more,
Sub-zero
yeah.
temperature. Robert Trevor, I hope not. But
Whoa,
but
where are you, Robert?
he asked if we ever get
Oh,
sub-zero temperature.
no, the coldest nights we spent in the van are down in the single digits. In England, when we first moved there, we got married the end of January in 2016, and flew directly to England 5 days after. And it was quite a shock coming from Florida to England in those winter months. And Brittany was absolutely freezing, and we didn't have a heater, an S-bar or Webasto heater in the van.
And those,
So we learned the trick was to sleep with a hot water bottle, cuddle, turn on the oven and cook pizza, that kind of thing, make soup.
yeah,
So we did whatever we could to keep warm, but we're so happy to migrate with the weather in a van to avoid those sub-zero temperatures.
true. Yeah, we move with those seasons. We also have a heater now.
Yeah.
And for our UK friends, I actually realized that I had chilblains, so my fingers swelled into puffy little hot sausages.
Yeah.
So when I'm cold, uh, that happens still, and to my toes. And so the doctors say just to avoid cold temperatures.
We gotta get closer to that. We're 20
Um,
minutes behind in the feed.
okay.
Hello, Lorenzo from
Gonna keep
Miami. We're
reading
gonna kind of skip
questions.
through. Terry, nice to see you guys. Hey.
What are your favorite meals to make? You're a messy cook. The whole place would be wrecked. I love meals that use like one pan and one pot. I make quinoa a lot of nights, and maybe like a big stir fry of veggies in one pan, so like a pan full of veggies and stuff, and a pot of some sort of a grain. We do tacos all the time. Tacos is nice and easy. We have not been to Argentina or South America yet.
Not together. I was,
Yeah.
before I knew Brittany. I had been to Buenos Aires. We've been to Iguazu Falls, right on the border of Uruguay,
And
Paraguay,
Brazil. Yeah.
and Argentina.
Yeah. Being independent together. Yes, that is good advice for all relationships.
Yeah. My Nana loves to say that time apart lets the heart grow fonder.
It does. And actually giving each other an hour a day of alone time. Mario, you'll like to hear that. But yeah, an hour a day. Like,
Yeah.
Jinty Fell is another great YouTuber who we love to follow, and her husband takes their daughter. So Jinty gets the van for an hour.
They live in Australia.
Yeah, and then they take turns.
Good morning, Raven, Poe, Cicely, and the Silly Cats. Good morning.
Good morning.
For video editing, Brittany uses iMovie. I've played around with Final Cut in the past, but we'd like to move to Final Cut and buy that program so that we could use it full time for added features in the editing process.
Do we still love our shower in a drawer? We do. And
Yeah.
Actually, it's going to be the perfect thing for showering at Burning Man.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna Kay Taylor asked in our Instagram feed, how often do you use the shower in the drawer? We haven't used it probably in the last month just because the temperature's been so nice, and with the electric hot water heater,
It's
we can
summer.
shower out the back of the van. So and we've been out in BLM or national forest areas where it's possible to shower it back, but once we're in more urban settings or like Burning Man or it gets cold, we'll definitely use the shower in the drawer often. The biggest question we've been asked about the shower is the curtain getting moldy. The trick is that you need to dry the curtain out. You can put it in there for 1 to 2 days, let it sit wet, but then you need to either hang it up outside in the sun to let it dry to prevent the mold, or leave it hanging under the fantastic fan, which we have up here, and allow air to blow on it to dry it out.
I just want to say too, I love when you guys communicate with each other, when our community communes.
Yeah, we love bringing people together and watching you guys interact, and
So
yeah.
just having Mario answer the question for Raven and Popo and Sicily is really sweet to see. Lorenzo, thank
Thank you,
you.
Lorenzo.
And I also didn't realize you were in Miami. You're in Florida. That's my homeland.
Yeah. Tobis Mac, have you ever been dirt biking? I grew up with ATVs. I got one when I was 6 years old, this little 80cc Honda four-wheeler. And I would love to get a dirt bike for the back of our van, especially when we take this van to Baja, Mexico, and potentially have it in Alaska. And that would allow us to leave the van and go explore other places.
What's the craziest thing we've ever done? I don't know. This past hike that we did, 4 days, 40 miles, my backpack weighed 43 pounds.
Yeah.
I weigh just shy of 90 pounds. That was like
50% of
literally
your weight.
nearly broke me.
Yeah.
It was really difficult.
But when you watch the video, not this upcoming week, you'll understand why it weighed so much.
Yeah, I carried all the food and I wasn't about to skimp out on chocolate and apples.
We were glamping, so Brittany paid the price to have her luxuries on the trail.
You want us to make cooking videos? That would be fun to integrate into Thursday episodes.
Sarah, we've actually talked about making cooking videos of incorporating other cultures and types of recipes from around the world and places we've been, because I think it would make cooking more interesting for us, and we'd love to share some cultural factoids.
Could share some stories of like,
Yeah.
oh, remember that time we were in France and we ate that amazing crepe? I'm obviously craving crepes because that's all I'm talking about these days.
Rachel, good question. Would you ever do van life with a little one? Yeah, absolutely. We think the outdoors and traveling is such a great classroom for little ones.
And all the children that we've met, Moon Mountain Man on Instagram, they have
Natasha,
a little one. Yeah, the kids that we've seen grow up in vans seem very well adjusted and not scared, very friendly. Like,
one thing that I notice a lot with kids nowadays is the lack of eye contact. And quote me if I'm wrong, but I think that has to do with a lot of the screen time. And the kids who grow up in having the outdoors as their classroom, they're very willing to make eye contact with adults and just kind of be present, and I think they're just very well-rounded young ones.
Mario Pedro, thumbs up, people.
Yeah.
Plans on having any kids? Again, 3 to 5 years. Yeah. We'll see. Morning, Ronnie. And we love you guys too.
Lively Adventures. You're replacing a laptop. Do you recommend what you are using? Yes, we love our MacBook Pros. I have a 13-inch. Brittany has a 15-inch.
15-inch is essential for editing videos. It has some extra little piece in its hard drive. And we are good. Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up, Dayfera.
Beth, do you do yoga on your rooftop deck? Brittany?
Drew actually does more yoga on the rooftop deck than I do.
I do push-ups and sit-ups up there often and stretch. It's just nicer than being on the ground.
I do the yoga in the van mostly where it's like warmer. And plus, if I'm flipping around and doing headstands, it's a little bit safer down here.
Yeah.
And Wilbur Peabody, it's great to see you this morning.
Wilbur. Yeah, we have 119 people in here. What? Thank you guys, everyone. Thank you for everybody who's donated as well. That just is huge.
Wow. And meetups in Cali, the Bay Area, would love to. Like, we should do meetups everywhere. We just, need to pick a spot, I guess. So stay tuned.
Ronnie Joseph, brother and sister, would you like to help some blankets to my orphans? Right now they are suffering
Oh,
from mosquitoes and they are helpless now. Ronnie,
interesting.
send us an email. We'd love to know more and understand what that's about
Yeah,
at Mr. and Mrs. Adventure at gmail.com, and we'll connect
yeah.
with you more there. Thank you.
And kisses and heart eyes emojis to you, Amy
Thanks,
Merca.
Amy.
And do we
Holy guacamole. I love that name you have on YouTube.
do we plan to always do van life? This is something we talk about all the
Yeah,
time.
I think we always have to have a van. Will we always stay nomadic? I don't necessarily think so. We're
Do,
interested in owning land and having kind of a base camp. But for now, we're loving this lifestyle and just very pleased to be able to connect and have the ease that van life in the US offers and not feel like we have to constantly be on the move because of visa restrictions like we did in Europe.
I think the ultimate goal for us is we call it dreamland. So to find a piece of land where we can create a space to host retreats and gatherings, where we can invite others to kind of experience what we're trying to create and share, as far as like um, disconnecting from technology to reconnect to the present moment. We don't know where this land is, but it would be nice to also be able to invite, have a space for van lifers who want to rest their wheels for a little, like a week or a month at a time, have another area where they could kind of seek sanctuary.
We also
Um,
want to be able to bring creatives together. I think people excel when they're pushed by their peers to just cultivate creative ideas and share stories from the road.
yeah.
So we've actually hit an hour right now, but we're gonna go for about 20 more minutes. You guys have so many amazing questions, and
I can't believe you're still
we're
here.
gonna try to get more current on the feed because we're running like 10 minutes behind in what we're reading right now.
Okay.
Um,
Hello from Puerto Rico. I've
yeah.
still never been. I can't wait to visit there.
I had a mofongo at a farmer's market in New
Oh,
York and absolutely loved it. It was crushed plantains with kind of the soup in the middle. So we at one point really were set on having tickets to fly to Puerto Rico and spending some time there. So maybe in the future.
and Britt, you brought like tears to my eyes. You have a daughter from China. That's
Wow.
so
Wow.
beautiful. You highly recommend adoption. Drew's grandmother was
Wow.
adopted.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not for everyone, but I think I just love loving things that need love.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, and you're the father of 2 adopted kids from Congo. Look at
Wow.
that. Yeah,
Wow.
there are people from all over the world.
We're
It's
so fortunate to
incredible.
have you guys as part of our community and sharing these things that just hits home for us.
Yeah. And do we drink? That's such a fun question because honestly, I don't. I'll drink maybe a can of cider 3 times a year. I have asthma and it really gets flared up when I drink anything. And so not really.
Yeah, I don't mind having a beer now and again. I also like wine, so yeah, with the occasion and from time to
Oh,
time,
I do miss sips of wine, especially red wine. That's the one
especially
thing.
with pizza night.
Pizza night and red wine. I have a swig right out of the bottle, and then my asthma kicks in, and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
She turns into Darth Vader when her asthma kicks in.
um, Tomcat, yes, beautifully said.
Yeah, Alex, go check out those places in Lago di Garda.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see. Prayer is powerful. Yep. Patience comes with age. Learning that one.
are
And
there
thank you,
foods or
Marilyn.
spices that you don't use in the van?
Huh? Foods are
You're not allergic to anything.
No, we honestly don't cook much meat because it's hard to keep it in the van
I
unless
like
it,
grilling, so I
yeah.
keep sausages or I like
Yeah.
doing barbecued chicken from time to time. I love cooking corn on the cob. And Brittany really likes grilled eggplant.
Oh, I'm loving eggplant these days. Like
Yeah,
all the eggplant. Oh, and cauliflower. I cook a lot
yeah.
of cauliflower.
And
Um,
we love mushrooms, grilled mushrooms, either sautéed or on the grill.
Yeah.
Grilled zucchini.
And spices, I mean, I don't know about spices that I don't use, but I love using turmeric, rosemary, black pepper. Our nice spice is right there, actually. This green one is spirulina. I don't use it as much as I'd like to. I need to know how to use it. We have spices from Morocco. That's what that red one is. Spices just are great. More spices, the better. And let's see, where were we? Here we are. Okay.
Tori, Matilda, yeah, we're absolutely loving this live stream. So I think this is something we'll definitely be doing more often.
And we'll have to, I don't know if, like, does having vertical video bother you guys versus if we were on the computer right now?
Yeah, or horizontal.
Let us know.
Yeah, we apologize. We have to use the phone for this because we can't get the connection strong enough through the computer.
And for those of you who were with us at the very beginning, I'm like still laughing on the inside.
Yeah.
You should have seen the mad rush in here, and we're like, maybe they can. Drew's like, maybe they can hear us, because I'm like, is it gonna work? We have to move. Get the things. Move the stuff. It's great.
Stephanie, we do not actually have a PO box at the moment. If you don't mind, just because we don't have one totally established, but we can set something up, just send us an email to Mr. and Mrs. Adventure at gmail.com, and we'll tell you what we can do.
Yeah, we have an address where we're receiving things until next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then we don't know yet, but we should get a PO box. I think we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Norma Garayua wants us to say hello. Hello. Your turn. Say hello.
Hello. Alfraz, where are you guys now? We are near is it Pinedale or Parkdale?
Yeah,
Wyoming.
Afraz Ansari is asking where we are.
Yeah, we're in Wyoming, USA.
And there is no video today because the video that would be today is of our 40-mile 4-day trek that we just finished, and there's so many clips of that, and it's been, I think, 8 months or however many months of consistent videos, and so I just needed to recuperate after that hike, and going live was kind of a fun twist for us and allowed us to show up for you guys in a different way. So today's video is this one, and next week's video will be this hike that we can't stop talking about, which we feel very blessed to share with you. And Erica, right, a P.O. box. We'll get on that. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
And again, you can email us, Mr. and Mrs. Adventure at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? From Barcelona and Catalonia.
From South Africa.
Yeah, wow. I've heard the Seven Sisters in South Africa is an amazing hike. Wow. And I know there's so many other incredible places to see in South Africa. We love being in Northern Africa, so I can only imagine Southern Africa. And
Allison, thank you again for answering one of our other community's comments. And Drew and I, just jumping back on the Africa thing, we still play with the thought of shipping Spirit back to Europe or doing something, going back to Morocco. I don't know. Who knows where we'll end up, guys, but you'll be with us.
Yeah. What kind of music do you like? We really have been into lounge music and electronica, and recently I got onto a jazz saxophone kick. So we just like this like really tranquil, calming background music.
Yeah, steady beats.
Previous to that, I think because we're kids of the 80s and 90s, a lot of alternative rock.
Can you suggest a YouTube station where you get a lot of your long form music?
If you're looking for the electronica, La Bella Musique.
La Belle, I think. Labelle.
Yeah.
La Belle Musique. Musique.
That's been a really great one.
You're big on yeah, it does feel like we're just talking with you guys right now. This is so special.
Yeah.
You feel like Kids in a Van would be like a forest school for your whole life, right? Yeah. You're a preschool teacher. That's really important that you try to incorporate outdoor time. It is. And as far as like one more thought on Kids in a Van is I think up until a certain age, like maybe I don't know when the child is, you know, when you notice like they want to have, you know, other kids around, or maybe being in school at the age of 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. I don't know yet. I have, you know, but at a certain point, I think it makes sense to be in a stable place. But kids, when they're super young, just like being around their parents.
I think something that could be really great for kids when they're about 10, 12 would be to volunteer and stay as a host at a campground for longer.
Mm-hmm.
Or potentially volunteering on some type of farm for an extended stay would be great for kids of that age, because it'd give them the balance of being in one place as well as kind of not on the move all the time.
And let's see. Where
Let's
are
keep
we
getting to the
now? Right.
bottom.
Gus
Yeah.
in a bus. We are in
Hold
Wyoming.
on, Tobias, you asked some really great questions. Have you been cave exploring? We actually went splunking in Tennessee within the first 2 months of knowing each other.
That was my first time camping ever. My first time not sleeping in a bedroom was in a cave.
Yeah,
without a tent.
And it was over a mile, and a little over a mile down in this cave, and you had to forge a river right before the flat area in which we camped, and it was wonderful. We were with a group of about 10 people from the outfitter at our university.
If you Google Worley's Cave, in what state was
Tennessee.
it? In Tennessee. Worley's Cave. I don't know how to spell it, but Google knows those
Make sure
things.
you pack extra batteries if anybody's thinking about going spelunking or cave exploring.
And Allison, yes, the Dreamland idea. If you guys ever have any
thoughts or know of land or just ideas pertaining to it, it's something that we're just really looking forward to doing in the future.
And sharing with you guys.
Yes, disconnect except for your videos. Yeah, thank you, Anthony. Yeah, we really try to find a balance between filming, producing video, thinking of storytelling, and just being present in the moments and putting down the tech so that we can just be with each other in the outdoors.
And hello, Yastos in Morocco. Inshallah. Yes.
Shukran.
And what is our wander with fur? What is our favorite treat? Oh, coconut ice cream, maybe? Coconut milk ice cream? Ice cream. I made a pizookie last night, though. So almond flour with cacao chips and just like a giant chocolate chip cookie, but not with any gluten and no dairy. So I like treats that are treats, but that are healthy for you.
Yeah, I think I like more savory stuff, but Brittany always kind of cons me into having dessert in the evening. So
wait, you want to know what his favorite treat is?
What is it?
Here. Okay, he doesn't even know what I'm gonna pull out.
Nutella, so good.
Nutella.
But let me tell you guys all, one of the biggest differences, this is the glass bottle. This is a UK or European Nutella, which tastes so different than the more processed version of it that's sold here in America. So if you ever are in Europe, get a glass jar of Nutella.
The Nutella there is even more special.
And it comes with a crispy gold top.
Oh, Allison, good. Okay, just glad that you like this kind of, even if it's a vertical screen. Okay, good. And you too, Mario. Good. And Matilda, now every time you see her eat pizza, you think of us saying, Pizza night! We have to get pizza.
Yeah, we haven't had pizza in about 2 weeks right now.
Stay tuned.
We're on a pizza fast.
Stay tuned. We'll have to do that on Instagram.
Not on purpose.
Maybe tonight. We'd love to meet you too. Yeah, we'll be back in California at some point.
Best state place to see fall colors in the U.S.?
That's Dylan Joseph.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to say the Northeast from photos I've seen. We haven't been there in the fall.
I have an answer.
What's your answer?
Zion National Park.
Yeah, Zion's wonderful.
The leaves are golden.
William! What?
William Phillips.
Love you, man.
Oh, our sweet
Thanks
peeps
for joining.
in San Diego. One of Drew's longtime best buds. That's who he gets bro time with and looks forward to bro time with more than any other bro. Are we coming to Denver? We at Drew and Jen.
Yeah, end of September.
Yeah, so stay in touch.
Stay in touch and reach out to us. We'd love to connect with you. And by the way, love your name, Drew and Jen.
Hi from Montreal in Asia. Actually looking into going to Thailand / Bali at some point next year. Groove Salad, that's fun. Okay. Groove Salad is a music channel someone recommended. Thank you, Wander with Fur. Let's see. Is there another question on Instagram we should get to before? And we love you guys too. Do we follow any other van lifers? If we do, who? Wild We Roam, beautiful couple.
Yeah.
Yes, Eamon and Beck. Max and Lee, we love also a lot. Sailing La Vagabond, like top of the top. We also watch Nomadic Movement, Trent and Alley. We just love all the van lifers' takes on life, or on our toes for the next Janella video.
Yeah. We love watching and staying up to date with a lot of our friends that we've met on the road that travel in vans who maybe don't spend the time producing the content or keeping up with things online the same way. So there's a whole group there, but those are some of the ones Brittany named that we really try to watch when we can.
But I don't think we could vlog without our other van life friends who do vlog, because we have gained so much inspiration from them, and like we love how open and raw they are, and it inspires us to find new ways of sharing more of ourselves too. You learn a lot about yourself by vlogging. And Kevin, you've never tried Nutella. That's wild.
Yeah. I had not tried Nutella until I was like 19 years old, so it's never too late.
Pizza night mukbang.
I'm gonna answer a question from Instagram. Sammy Rungles, what type of van would you recommend to be best for a first-time van buying couple who also wants to travel the world in? Great question. I think having the space to stand inside first and foremost is super important for picking a van. There is a high top ProMaster that's actually 9 foot inside, so you could put all kinds of insulation on the top and bottom, and for somebody very tall they could stand in. For a couple, I always recommend the 140 or shorter vans to somebody who's not going to live into it full time. But if you're going to live in it full time, the 170 with that extended extra space we have makes all the difference, because it gives us a bedroom, kitchen, living room layout, an area to spend and kind of have separate space and time, especially if you're going to have children. For traveling the world in, I think the shorter vans have benefits for shipping the van in a container or taking ferries pertaining to cost and weight. So
any other ones?
I'd really recommend a Sprinter van overall, and just make sure you maintain it. Turk wrote, how do you know if you're allowed to camp in a spot overnight or if it's safe where you're trying to stealth camp? Great question.
We use iOverlander a lot. It's an excellent app.
Yeah. The Van Life app is working on having more offerings, and so that's another resource. We use Google Maps, and then for all the times that we don't get service, I have something called maps.me, which we can download detailed maps offline, because Google won't always load in satellite view or just show the terrain. And that's been a lifesaver in many occasions. So get maps.me and download the maps, so when you're offline, you can use them.
And here, wait, let's make sure we get to
let me finish that question.
Okay.
How do we know if we're allowed to camp in a spot overnight? BLM land, National Forest land are all good to stay on. iOverlander really lets you know the inside scoop about a place. When in urban or suburban areas, we'll just stay in neighborhoods at times, or just really assess a place. Sometimes parking lots, we have done the Walmart parking lot, but our favorite is not to be in places where it's loud and noisy.
It's kind of a rite of passage. Over time, the longer you live in a van, the easier it becomes to kind of figure out those things.
So I'm going to give like a 4-minute warning right now.
Okay.
And then we're going to end this because we got other things we got to take care of today. But we've loved this so much. So thank you guys for everybody. There's still 100 people in here.
That's wild.
That's super wild.
Look, Mom, it's more than just moms. Are we planning on doing more than a video a week? I need to get faster at editing. It takes me 2.5 days to edit a video. So, or maybe actually we need Drew to start editing too.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that
We've
one.
been trying to tackle some other offline projects to get things a little more settled since being back from Europe. And now with my to-dos not as busy, that we can focus on these other things. We do plan to showcase a lot of episodes in the future pertaining to our travels in Europe, so look out for those. We're really excited about a Portugal episode, Morocco episode, just different ones that we have collected footage from the past.
And let's see.
Jason Second, unfortunately, we don't have any extra tickets to Burning Man. We lucked out and logged in back in, I believe it was March when the lottery went live, created our profiles, and then Brittany and I were both on there. I did not get through, but Brittany got the chance to buy 2 tickets. And so we feel very, very lucky for that one.
You know, it's hard to find them. And if we ever go to Alki Point, oh, thank you. Oh, that's in Seattle.
Oh, in Seattle.
Yes, we love Seattle. Thank you for that.
Yeah, we had a great time there.
And thank you, Mario. Yes, time flew by. I can't believe it's been nearly an hour and a half.
Thanks, Allison. It was a great start to our day as well.
Clorinda, we will do more lives. You guys are so supportive. It means so much to us. I don't even understand what a incredible thing that like the virtual world can support us in this so tangible, like heartfelt way. It's really beautiful.
We only thought this might go for an hour because we didn't know how much we'd have to talk about and share, and we're blown away and we could share so much more. So we'll definitely be doing more of these chats in the future.
We love you guys. We hope your day is even more special now, and ours definitely is. We love each and every one of you and appreciate you, and get excited for next Adventure Thursday because I'll be editing that for the next few days with love in my heart. All right. How do we say bye? You know? Yep. All right, guys. We love you too.
Big hugs and lots of love in here.
All of our blessings sent to you. Bye.
Bye.
Pizza night!
Ah, woohoo!